So I knew this blaster was coming for a while, and I had a couple ideas for some kits for the MP5. So this is the EMERBU MP5K. You can get it at emerbutoys.com or you can get it on Amazon. It is just the Jinming or JM MP5V3, which is the newest, best version they make of the MP5. So, if you watch my earlier videos, it's already got your metal gears. It's basically already upgraded, and it should be able to hit highs around 300 FPS out of the box, but definitely 250 plus average. So what I wanted to do is I knew this was the short model, right? So it had a very short front end and the battery was up there. You can try to run the battery wire to the back. There's not a lot of room in there. It's really tight, and the way that metal piece back there that I've shown you before, that when you remove that to change the spring, it really doesn't allow for a wire to go through there. So you're kind of stuck with the battery up front. And that's not a big deal. That's just how this one is designed. So I wanted to think of a different way to use a grip to put a battery in there. And I made a handguard for it. Now, it didn't turn out exactly as I wanted. My goal was to make this grip portion removable, easily removable. It's still removable, but easily removable so that you could change the battery there instead of just popping the pin and taking the whole handguard off, which isn't really very hard. It actually comes off pretty easy. But that's what I was going for. However, as I put it together, it made more sense to kind of leave the grip permanent and then do the battery change, taking the whole front little handguard off like you would on the standard one anyway. Okay. Other than that, I just wanted to dress it up a little bit. I have so much of this paint that is this color, so I wanted to tie some of that in. That's actually a metallic kind of chrome paint, and then it's hit with a clear coat to kind of mute it out, because otherwise it just doesn't look great, in my opinion, if you leave it, unless you're painting factory plastic or nylon. It doesn't look great on 3D prints unless you kind of mute it out. So I made this handguard, right? It's kind of an M-LOK style handguard. I really modified. I was able to find one that fit right and just was able to modify it significantly, and then go ahead and found a grip that is intended for a battery, but this is a much different version of it, remixed significantly. So the battery kind of sits inside the handguard, inside the grip. This is actually hollow, right? So there's a little more room than there was previously. Also, just dressed up the mag, with a little mag plate. It comes with a coupler, or at least I had a coupler around. I don't believe this one actually came with it. I think this was from a different one. But since I had a coupler, thought I'd go ahead, make a little coupler that works for the stick mag. Riser, this is basically just a remix version of an easily found riser that you can get on many free sites, that file. But I, again, did a little bit different with it. Had one of these EOTechs that I wanted to go ahead, and I've done something similar to an EOTech before. Nice little new different style stock on there, right? So that's kind of what I did. This is, again, a 3D printed piece that I had to modify so it fits the stock, but it works very well. And then made this, which is like a modified version, really fat modified version of an HK MP5 style suppressor. So that's what we did here. I like how it turned out. The extended ambidextrous mag release is on there too. Those are free files. Again, vast majority of the files come from thingiverse.com for those of you who ask, but they do actually involve a lot of modification in most of the time for anything I'm showing you. Every once in a while you'll get lucky and find some that works just as it's, as you download it and you can print it, but you do have to do a lot of modifying at different times, since those are typically spec'd for airsoft, and obviously the gel blasters aren't always identical specs. So there you go. MP5 custom. Don't really have a name for this custom version, but just overall, I think it turned out pretty nice, and it added in a little pop with the silver / kind of muted chrome look. Comments, questions, post them below. Like, subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and remember to participate in those YouTube contests when they're live, and you can win several $100s worth of custom blasters and accessories. Thanks for your support.